Fam, what's going on? It's Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. The Alabama Crimson Tide had defeated St. Mary's by a score of 80-66. Can it get a roll Tide? Inside the comment box, I appreciate you guys being here for the post-game show. Crimson Tide tonight beat St. Mary's and is now headed to the Sweet 16. Appreciate you guys joining. You know, when you look at this basketball team and you look to what they've done, it is really amazing to see Nate Oates and his continued success at the University of Alabama. Tonight, 80-66, you look at the box score. I'm looking at on the other side. You get big play by Chris Youngblood. And this is something that I mentioned, a couple days ago, even before they beat Robert Morris. I said, if this team gets solid play by Chris Youngblood, if they get play by Cliff Amore, and, Mark Sears is going to do his thing, this team is as good as it's going to be. And then what do you think of Grant Nelson's play, right, in this game? So we'll look at the box score. We'll go over a couple things in this game, but Alabama has defeated St. Mary's and is headed to the Sweet 16. A couple takeaways that I have for this game immediately is the depth of this team, right? Sears got into foul trouble early on, and you put in Holloway. And Aiden Holloway comes off the bench, and he did a really great job for the Crimson Tide. In fact, he finishes with 12 points. He goes 3 of 4 from the field. He had 3 assists. So be able to take Sears off, and you put in Holloway. I think he did a really good job. But you know who really gets this team going from off the bench? And I think he could probably be one of the top, the sixth man off the bench is Mo Diabate. You looked at what he was able to do, 18 points against Robert Morris. And then tonight he pours in 10 points. He was 4 or 5 from the field. He's an elite player, right? So you look to Holloway, you look to Mo Diabate, guys off the bench that are contributing at a very high level. And then when you look to the starters, tonight you had Grant Nelson start. Grant Nelson, it's only 3 of 7 from the field. But Grant Nelson does something for this Alabama basketball team. Mark Sears is the engine, 100%, right? But Grant Nelson does something else. And what he has to this team, and if he's healthy, I love this photo right here. Let me scoop this photo of the team coming up, man. I love to see the guys pumped up. It's good, man. Dave, we got a super hit right away, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's the love, and we appreciate that. Thank you so much, Case, man, with the super chat. We appreciate it. I was gonna get the super chats up on the screen. Let me do that in just a second. But it's good to see these guys win, regardless, right? And now, as you guys said, let's look at the bracket real fast. So we got the super chat coming in from Case. Love you, bro. Appreciate you. We'll go full screen real quick. And as you guys know, they now play BYU, right? So here you go. You have BYU and you have Alabama. This game will be a Sweet 16 matchup. It will be in New Jersey, right? I would imagine that Alabama is still, a 5-point favorite. BYU's playing some really good basketball, being able to beat VCU, being able to beat Wisconsin, who was a number 3 seed. Alabama was able to beat Robert Morris and then defeat St. Mary's, right? I kind of go back to this first graphic. A couple of things that stood out to me as well is how about the play of, and I want to talk about the starters now. And as I was saying, Grant Nelson does something else for this team. But you know who else does? And we've been talking about him the whole time. And I think I have a graphic where I was talking about 4 of these guys. This guy, Cliff Amore. Yo, I think he's been 13 of 13. I'll have to double check the box score. But he's perfect from the field, right? I think he has 11 dunks. And these dunks have been he is just absolutely posterizing fools. You needed good play, and I added Nelson to this graphic right before the show, but I had Sears, Youngblood, and Amore, and we're going to figure out what Nelson was going to do in this game. But Cliff Amore, this guy is playing. Let me ask you this, inside the comment box. Do you feel that he is playing his best basketball of the season? Yes or no inside the comment box. I certainly do. And this has been a guy that we've been a little bit critical about because we feel that this is kind of the play that we expected him to have. I don't think he's been that dominating defensively. But in terms of on the offensive side, my goodness, this guy has been an absolute problem for Robert Morris and for St. Mary's. They had no answer for him in these past 2 games. And as you go forward, teams are going to have to somehow figure out how to stop him inside, because this guy is the big man that we absolutely needed, right? Let's talk about Chris Youngblood. Chris Youngblood tonight had 13 points. I had mentioned going into the tournament, he was, in the last 6 games, he had scored under 10 points. Did you know this? That when he scores over 10 points, talking about Chris Youngblood, when he scores over 10 points, Alabama is 9-1. Now they're 10-1 when he scores over 10 points. The guy had a really big first half. If you get high-level play from Chris Youngblood, this team continues to go as far as it can go. Chris Youngblood's elite. Like the whole, operation is Mark Sears. He's the engine of this team, right? Another super chat in from Tyler, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But Youngblood, when his play is on point, they are absolutely rolling 100%. Okay. Grant Nelson. What'd you think of Grant Nelson's play? Grant Nelson, we'll look at the box score. The starters for tonight were Grant Nelson, Cliff Amore, Philon, Youngblood, Sears. A little bit of a quiet night for Philon, which is okay. But Grant Nelson tonight, only 3 of 7 from the field, 5 of 7 at the free throw line. He had a total of 8 rebounds, right? Which was second after Amore. Amore has a double-double, 10 points and 11 boards. But Grant Nelson, he finished with 12 points. Things go well for Alabama basketball when you get high-level play from Grant Nelson and Mark Sears. But now that Youngblood and Amore are playing like this, Mo Diabate off the bench, Holloway off the bench. Look, and let's look at the bracket now. And we won't look at the full bracket real quick, but look at how things line up right now for Alabama basketball. I have to tell you, I like where we're at right now. You have BYU next, which is going to be a challenging team. BYU has been having a really good season. This is going to be a battle. And you look at the teams up top. You got Oregon and Arizona. I believe that game is taking place this evening. And you have Duke up top, who was able to defeat Baylor. So you start to look at Alabama. These games will be in New Jersey. But I like where Alabama is now. It's always about the next opponent, which is fine. But I mean, you get high level play from the big 3. These guys are being in good position. Let me talk about this real quick. This big dunk right here by Grant Nelson, when he posterizes this individual right here, was fire. But man, it's been really nice to see how dominating Alabama has been inside. And this team, St. Mary's, my goodness, they look like a European all-star team or something like that. Did you guys get that? They were gigantic in the inside, right? But man, a bunch of high-flying dunks from Alabama tonight. Amore was just dunking all over the place. I'm starting to feel much more excitement. I feel more confident. Oh, yeah. Alex Wilder going after Alabama versus Florida for the title. Look, this team is playing good basketball. St. Mary's was never able to come within that 10-point margin, right? Efron points out that the women are playing at home. Yeah, they're doing their thing as well. Alabama baseball, they beat Tennessee, but go 1-3 or 1-2 in the series. Still, 22 and 3 on the season. So a lot of positive things for Alabama athletics. Let me ask you, how good are you guys feeling about this? Now, let me ask you, and we'll talk about it tomorrow on the show as well, more in depth. Do you guys feel that this Alabama team, are you feeling like a Final Four if you said Sweet 16 or Elite 8? Are you starting to feel like they're a Final Four team? Are you still feeling like Elite 8? How you guys feeling about this team overall? Alex points out, no one has scored over 80 on St. Mary's all season. Well, Alabama tonight wins 80-66. Yeah, I appreciate it, Alex. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Oregon and Arizona about to tip. They will play the winner of, they will play Duke on the other side. Miss Careless saying this is a Final Four team. Alabama Renegade, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, bro. Eli Pond, it's all good, man. Welcome on in. I feel that you have strong bench play, and I think just the same as football, all right? That when you have strong bench play and you have quality reserves, you can go as far as you need. Let me ask you this. Where would you like, I mean, even with the turnovers, it's crazy because when this team still has turnovers, they still find a way to win basketball games. This has been the story of all season. And it's nice to see this team out of the SEC. GLX, what's up, man? Appreciate it. It's saying that BYU is as hot as anybody. 100%. This is going to be a hell of a matchup. Where would you like to see Alabama improve? Where would you like to see this team improve? What do you think they need to tighten up on as they go into the Sweet 16? I would say eliminate turning over the basketball, but this has been a common thing. That has not stopped this team from winning games. Tonight, I mean, the three ball, let's see what they shoot tonight. I mean, man, St. Mary's couldn't hit a three ball until that second half. They were only 3 of 14, right? Alabama tonight from three-point line, 7 of 17, 41%. Those are the type of numbers that are going to take you absolutely really far, right? If you get, and this is it, and this will be the common theme, right? From saying tempo. I'm going to say this. This is the common theme. It's not a hard recipe for Alabama to make an absolute run. And of course, turnovers are the problem 100%. But you get good play from Sears. Nelson stays healthy. Youngblood does his thing, and Amori continues to dominate in the paint. I don't know what stops his team out there. Maybe rebounding. You know, the rebounding wasn't it against Robert Morris. I don't know. I like what I've seen. I mean, Holloway comes in. Fallon's going to do his thing, you know, at some point. A little bit cold in the first two games, a little bit quiet. But Mo Diabate has been playing a hell of a game. I was a little bit worried in the beginning when Cliff Amori went out with, I guess, an injury. I don't know. But he came back in. I mean, obviously it wasn't too serious. Matt Dunn says way too many turnovers. GLX wants Duke. Well, you get BYU first, right? Another blue team. Defense needs to do better. That's what Kimberly says. Stop rushing shots. Yeah. Really good performance, though, tonight against St. Mary's. I think this St. Mary's team was a very good team. Very good team. Very big. The shots weren't falling on the outside. They had a 7'1" guy inside. But Amori did his thing. Youngblood got hot, and Sears did his thing as well. Big Bama, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. It's Sunday night. I want you guys to enjoy your night. I'm enjoying mine. I appreciate you guys being here. Tomorrow on our Monday show, we'll go over the bracket. We'll go over, stats, scores. But Nate Oates has his team headed to the Sweet 16 once again. Amori has a really big night. Grant Nelson played solid. Sears battled. And Youngblood, 13 points. Alabama will head to New Jersey. They will take on BYU in the Sweet 16 matchup. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. You got Arizona taking on... Oh, that was nice right there. You got Arizona taking on Oregon. And the tide rolls on. For Bama Football on YouTube, talking to Alabama basketball in a Sweet 16 destination right now. The Alabama Crimson Tide rolling along. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow during my Monday show at 10 a.m. Have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. Get some rest. Enjoy your basketball. I love you, fam. Roll Tide to you. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Kyle Henderson.